Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we have a live action trailer on our hands, and I gotta be honest, I really can't be impressed that easily, but this trailer was really something else. Battlefield trailers have always been great, but this one just hits different. We're gonna talk about that. It was perfect. Mocking COD, just pre-firing COD, it was perfect. Honestly, that intro was just completely something else, okay? Imagine being able to get 4 celebrities on a live action trailer for 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds just to mock COD and move on with it without them ever showing up again. Just imagine completely blowing them up in 5 seconds. Completely wild, bro. I really like that. We're also going to talk about preload dates and time. We're going to talk about launch time as well for different locations, different regions. We also have Ryan MacArthur talking about cheating in the open beta, how the Javelin Anti-Cheat actually stopped thousands of people from cheating, basically. And reports are already saying that the single player campaign isn't ready, it's not polished, it has AI problems. Basically everything that I said about the single player campaign before, and I really got attacked by some of the community members for being, I don't know, crying about something. People are coping in this community, okay? But reports actually say that the game, the single player part, is really not polished yet, unlike the multiplayer part, which is overwhelmingly positive when it comes to reports. Without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at everything that we have here. Starting off with the trailer. This comment, in my opinion, is the best one under the Battlefield 6 live action trailer. Look at this. Battlefield pre-firing Call of Duty's marketing campaign is wild. Absolutely accurate, man. Look at the first 5 seconds. Zac Efron and 3 more celebrities show up in custom skins and, you know, trying to be goofy and all. And in 5 seconds, bro, they get blown up by a missile and absolutely replaced by some grounded dudes that are actually military staff, okay? And that's wild because you don't even see these 4 celebrities ever in the trailer again. That was wild. And the entire trailer is grounded, but, you know, not milsim. These guys actually know how to get the attention of the community. This time, they're not trying so hard to be, you know, copying anyone. But at the same time, they know that Battlefield is not a milsim. Battlefield is, after all, a arcade shooting game. And you can see the both elements of being grounded and also arcadey in the trailer. So that, in my opinion, was a perfect trailer. Takes a lot of effort actually to impress me by a trailer. Knowing the fact that Battlefield trailers are always great, we're just used to seeing good trailers, but this one, it just hits different. Mocks COD, absolutely gets to the point ASAP, and in my opinion, that was a perfect trailer. However, we have some interesting and I would say important stuff to talk about here in today's video. Let's start with Preload, okay? The Preload starts on October 3rd, and you can see the times for that as well. And the global launch, as you guys probably know, is going to be on October 10th, and there will be no early access. So everyone in the world will be able to play on October 10th. And as soon as the preload goes live, you'll be able to install single player and multiplayer content separately, including the HD textures. So if you don't want single player, if you want only multiplayer, you can do that separately, and that is really good because, you know, it just gives you freedom to do whatever you want with your data. Also, depending on where you live, here are all the regions possible, basically, for you to take a look at. This is the time that Battlefield 6 actually goes live, depending on where you live. So take a look at the list, and you're gonna know exactly when will Battlefield 6 go live in your region. And I really like that these guys are giving us enough time to download the game because, you know, some of us might have some other stuff to take care of. You see some games out there, you know, giving you like 12 hours of preload time. That's just, in my opinion, ridiculous. We have something like 6-7 days to preload the game, and that is absolutely great in my opinion. However, Ripple Effect executive producer Ryan MacArthur says throughout the Battlefield 6 open beta, tens of thousands of players tried to cheat, but their anti-cheat system, Javelin, prevented them from doing so. Quote, "We'll continue to identify, escalate region-specific cheat tools, and build up our dedicated feedback loops to ensure issues are regularly at surface and quickly resolved. We're constantly evolving and exploring your feedback as this will continue to shape and evolve our anti-cheat for Battlefield 6. So talking about cheating in a video game, in a multiplayer video game specifically, first of all, you have to be an absolute scumbag to cheat in an open beta. I don't care who's going to be insulted by this, actually. If you're cheating in an open beta, if you're cheating in, I would say, any multiplayer game, you're just a degenerate kind of human being, okay? There are people out here trying every single day to get just a bit better, watching videos on YouTube, all these guides and, map guides, class guides, battlefield tips, every single kind of video that I as a content creator post, other content creators post. People watch these to get better, and then all of a sudden there's someone using, I don't know, Chronos, wall hacks on PC, aimbot, and the kind of cheats that we're facing today are going far beyond just a simple wall hack or a simple aimbot. We have big companies behind all these cheats, game-specific cheats that are actually really hard to track. And on the other hand, we have some degenerate people who are willing to pay monthly subscriptions for these cheats only to, make them be able to play, or at least compete against a normal player, which is really just shameful. And if there's someone watching this video and they're one of those cheaters, I really have nothing to tell you. Honestly, you just need help. But enough mocking cheaters. These guys are actually doing a pretty good job at going against them, because as they've said before, it's a never-ending war, because all these big companies are evolving too, as well as the ones that are trying to confront them. So we are evolving, cheaters are evolving, and this is going to be a never-ending battle for both sides. So the fact that they are really emphasizing on this thing is actually very good, because it's going to give the community the healthy gameplay and the fair play that they need to have in a multiplayer game. However, we have bad news about the single player campaign. Well, for those of you who are, kind of familiar with how single player campaigns work, the gameplays that went live after that single player trailer actually showcased basically everything that someone needed to know to be able to tell that this single player campaign is not polished and it's not ready yet. According to multiple reports from industry insiders and content creators, early previews of Battlefield 6's campaign have reportedly generated mixed to negative reception, claiming it feels unpolished and frustrating. Most of these issues turn around AI performing and character animations, more reminiscent of budget games than a massive AAA production, but also around the lack of polish and quality within the missions. By contrast, early impressions of Battlefield 6's multiplayer have been overwhelmingly positive. And that's great, because after all, Battlefield has always been a multiplayer game. And most of the times we just have that single player campaign as a secondary option. Nobody really cares about it. Although we have some great single player campaigns in the franchise, multiplayer has always been the center of focus. Okay. However, the single player campaign can also affect the Metacritic score negatively. And that is something that Tom Henderson actually mentioned before. And in my opinion, they need to take this seriously. Again, I don't want to elaborate on this too much, but if this game needs delays, in my opinion, 1 month of delay to make things more polished and, giving the game a better first impressions, in my opinion, isn't going to be something bad. I just want you guys to go down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Battlefield 6 getting delayed for a month. Okay. Because that's something that I know a lot of people don't like, but if that's what the game needs, in my opinion, it has to be done. And finally, let's take a look at Mirak Valley. We have some pictures of the destruction and the entire environment here, but we also have the Conquest 64 map layout. And as you can see, basically a linear map. This time it's really interesting, but C objective is actually far away from other objectives. Other objectives are actually linear, I would say. So apart from C objective, the entire map is kind of linear, and you have all sorts of vehicles available: helicopters, jets, tanks, IFVs, everything you can possibly have in a Battlefield game is there in the Mirak Valley. So full vehicle arsenal. It's going to be an all-out war completely, okay? Not like previous maps. It's not going to be a small one. This one's going to be a lot bigger, and it's going to give you, some space to actually play Battlefield, okay? And the map is also set in Tajikistan. So that was all about today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope this video was helpful, somewhat informative. It was some sort of quick news roundup around everything that's going on with Battlefield 6. However, if you guys want more videos when Battlefield 6 drops, gameplays, tips and trick videos, weapon guides, and all those kind of stuff, this is the channel for you. We're going to cover all things Battlefield here. And if you're not subscribed yet, because like it or not, around 85% of my viewers are not subscribed. So you might think you're subscribed because YouTube actually gives you my videos when they come out. You might think you're subscribed, but you're actually not, okay? So go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on anything. All right, thank you all guys for watching. And until next time, guys, stay cool.